So apparently everyone's social security numbers got leaked.
Oh shit, I don't want to start this video yet. I don't want to start it yet. But welcome back. Yes, back at it. Back at it like a crack addict. Let me adjust the tones real quick. You know, we always got to start out being real and adjusting the tones. I don't want to seem fake or like I have a teleprompter. I want you guys to know where it's at. Um Let me give this a little bit of gain so you guys can hear me. All right. Yo, yo, yo. So we're back. We're going to watch some videos of people realizing that their social security numbers have been leaked. I'm not sure how people are going to react. I've only just seen like the first 5 seconds of this because I accidentally clicked it. But we're going to see what he really goes into here. And we're going to watch a few of these together.
So apparently everyone's social security numbers got leaked, like everyone in the country. And I don't know who can relate to this, but this just reminds me of the time a while back that I lost my wallet, and my parents were like, what if someone steals your identity? Steals my identity? What is there to steal? My community college ID and my Panda Express card with nothing on it? Honestly, let them. I have $15 in my life savings. Good luck. Maybe you'll do a better job at being me than me, because I fucking suck at this. So apparently everyone...
Okay, so, people just don't care. This isn't the reaction I was expecting. I was expecting people to be like, hey, it doesn't... Well, I'll get to what I was expecting people because I'm going to give my thoughts on this all then here. But today I want to showcase the people. I'm here to showcase the people.
Sounding the alarm about the safety of your personal information. It comes from what may...
Not this. Let me mute this. Please don't give me a copyright strike. Okay. So yeah, nobody does seem to care. Here's a guy giving his thoughts. I want to hear this.
So, hang on a second. So, almost every American Social Security number was just leaked in a massive data breach, hack,
That's
whatever
right.
the fuck it is. But we can't have TikTok because, data. Like, you motherfuckers, you are the same cunts that want to get rid of this app that we're all just goofing off and having a good time.
So that's a very good point there, brother. The rules should be applied equally. You'd think that, 200 years in, trying to perfect this government and make it the greatest thing it could ever possibly be, people would realize, hey, if one person's able to do something, another person's able to as well. So they can't sell your data, but they can sure as hell steal it.
That we agreed, we all understand our data crap is happening. What are you going to do? Every time you sign up for something, data. Fucking whatever. We're having a good time. But you assholes, the one piece of information that it's been drilled into our fucking skulls since we were little bitty. Do not give up this piece of information under any circumstances. Unless you're doing something massive, like buying a house or...
But as you know now, you have to give the social security number even to get into a job. And so I'm not sure if you've ever applied for a job in the last, 5-10 years. But if you do, you have to do it through a website usually. And then you have to input a bunch of this information like your address. You have to put in sometimes your previous address. If you lived somewhere within the last 10 years, you have to put in your phone number. You have to put in your social security number. Obviously your date of birth and stuff like that. But yeah, they'll have you put in most times your social security number. And I'm like, where is this gonna be saved? On what kind of hard drive is this gonna be saved? Like, there's just so many questions. Is it gonna be a big server base where like someone could hack it? Is it password protected? How lengthy and how strong is this password? Is a hacker gonna be able to guess it after, you know, 3 months of sitting in his basement all night fucking trying to figure this shit out? What's it gonna take? You know, what do we have to do? Because now at this point, the people who code, they don't give a shit. I told you. I told you the people who coded aren't giving a shit about the system. I warned you guys that we needed to put work on, you know, incentivizing people to code and use that knowledge for good for our system. I warned everybody. You might have missed it. It might have went right over your head. But I warned y'all.
Something with the government, getting a passport, I don't know. You assholes, and don't think for a minute that people, you know, that have even a little bit of a conspiracy brain aren't noticing what's going on. We're like, oh, wait a minute. So you're making us all, you wreck the economy. We're all poor. We're all out of work. You know, we're all having a hard time just making basic ends meet. We're losing our damn minds. We're too stressed out and depressed and anxious to even organize and do something about you assholes.
Well, some of you are.
Then you devalue our currency. You raise the rates.
Don't speak for everybody. Some of you are too sad and depressed to organize. I've already put it where it needs to be. You know, we need to incentivize more people to code and put some money on it, put some money in it and towards it, and make sure that we're giving them more money than the enemy is to use their coding against us. Because at this point, all you need to do is apply at the local warehouse down the street or the local restaurant. And then on their website, put in your social security number. And then all that has to happen is somebody has a bad deal with that company. And then they go in and hack all the data from that company. And then they have thousands of social security numbers from everybody who's ever been hired or ever applied at that company. That's all it takes. I mean, this is all stored somewhere when you give it up to get hired back. You should be saying, hey, you should be setting the boundary where it belongs and saying, hey, I don't need to give you my social security number to go and work for you. You know, if you're trying to apply at McDonald's, tell the motherfucker, hey, you don't need my social security number for me to go back there and flip those burgers. I know that for a fact. So don't sit here and fucking lie to me. That we need to be willing to put our fucking balls out there, bro. You know I say this all the time, but you should be showing them where the balls are at. Even if you're a chick applying for the job, fucking figure out a way to show them where the balls are at.
Inflation's out of control. Our credit scores are in the pot. Now, our social security number that ties into all of those fucking things is just out there in the world. How long until one by one, you know, we get cleaned out from another end and you assholes offer us, you know, 2 free months of identity monitoring on Credit Karma or whatever the hell bullshit you're gonna do. Is this all just the setup? Is this the final string of dominoes that you're going to knock down to roll out your CBDC, your central bank digital currency? Are you going to buy us out of our desperation with the new thing? Because if so, fucking well played. Brilliant. I give up. I'll take it. But buy out the credit card, Dad. Give me a reset. Fuck it. Let's party. Fucking put me in the pod. Feed me the bugs. I'm over it. So
put me in the pot.
About an
yeah, I mean, it does get to a point where it's like, okay, I think I see where this is heading. Let's just speed this fucking thing up. You know, I kind of get it. You know, there is times where you're like, okay, I see where this is heading. Let's make it happen quicker, because I'm tired of sitting here fucking waiting.
I don't know how I'm supposed to pay the bill. Probably have to start selling crack or rapping about selling crack.
So, I mean, I like this comment here. This person's, they said, let's see if I can put this in the screen. They don't want us to, or they want us to panic. I wouldn't say I'm tired and don't give a fuck no more. That's not really it. It's just that for me, I understand that, hey, dude, I'm sitting here, I'm not fucking doing a thing. The only thing I do is, help people out. So if somebody's going to say that my identity was stolen to do some fuck shit somewhere, I'm like, hey, I'm right here. It doesn't change where I've actually been. So I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, if my social security number gets out there, that's where I'm at with it. And I've told people this before, and it's like my energy seems to amaze them because they're like, how could you not give a fuck? I would break out in a panic, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I just understand that the law is strictly about truth, and the numbers on a screen don't fucking matter when it comes to the law. Like, when it comes to the truth and it comes to people's actions and results.
I don't know how I'm supposed to pay the bill. Probably have to start selling crack.
But yeah,
This year gets
nobody does give a shit.
This year gets worse by the second, bro. Every single American social security number has been leaked on the internet. What the fuck? A major hack has happened, which is...
And if you ever noticed, they told us that we should be pissed. They were trying to tell us that we as Americans should be just pissed off. Did you notice that in the news? They try to tell us how to think. And then we're like, I'm kind of waking up to this. I feel like you're just trying to get me to fucking fight you so that you can say I'm this horrible person. Everybody realized and woke up really quick to the fact that they're becoming a fucking poster child for a movement.
So I've been thinking about how, like, every American social security number has been leaked now, and how I was not even concerned because this is the third time this year that I've gotten notification that my social security number has been leaked. So, like, my social security number has been on the dark web for years. Someone tried to open a bank account in my name. Like, it's whatever. There's nothing you can do to me. I have $100,000 in debt between my student loans and the money that was used to supplement my abusive family. I have $100,000 in...
That's not where I thought she was going with that. I thought she was going to say something like, she's paying off the person that stole her identity's debt. I'm like, bro, you're not entitled to do that. Like, that's not how the law works.
Debt from trying to just, like, live my life and be a person. There's literally nothing you can do. Like, you think you can get a loan? You think you can get a loan? Good luck. Good luck. I've been trying. Oh my God, I've been trying to refinance my debt. No one wants to give me a loan. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, it's ridiculous, and, like, I don't know where we go from here, but I already pay the $15 a month to Discover to let me know if there's any dark web activity, or, like, if anyone's trying to open credit in my name. Like, I have a freeze on my fucking social security number. Have fun trying to, I don't know, get $10. If you could get $10, will you Venmo me $5?
I mean, I think I get the gist here.
I am so stressed right now. I can't do this. Trump and Kamala running for president, not good. We have monkeypox out of nowhere, and I can tell this is a bad time, but your secretary said I could come in. I know it's last minute, but I was scheduled for 1. It is literally 12:59. I mean, I can come back. Actually, I can't. You know, I'm kind of here, so you might as well.
So yeah, I mean, it does kind of. I mean, everything's being thrown at us at once, right? We're leading the world. They want to tell you it's China. We're leading the world. So of course they want to throw every obstacle that they can at us, because we're the ones that know how to jump over it, and that's without getting anybody hurt. We know how to hurdle over the obstacles without anybody getting hurt. So obviously they want to throw these new challenges at us first so that we can fix it for them. Because the minute they figure out, oh, okay, I see how he did it now, I can go do this myself. You're done. Like, I'll leave you in the past now. Of course they're going to throw everything at us. They'll get some credit. They'll take our ideas. They'll get a little bit of credit. But then eventually they'll realize, well, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it.
Since billions of social security numbers were recently leaked, the main piece of advice going around is to have your credit reports frozen so nobody can fraudulently use your credit. I have done that with each of the 3 major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. The websites of Experian and TransUnion made it easy. For Equifax, their website was being difficult, so I had to call and have their
Data breach here in America, 2.9 billion social.
It gets so quiet every once in a while. I don't get it. Gotta fucking boost the gain up 20 decibels.
Security numbers have been compromised, which means scammers can take your information, go strike up a credit card, get a new loan on your dime, and then you got to deal with it later. No, thank you. The financial experts are saying to freeze your credit, which is completely free. I'm going to list the 3: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. I did 2 online, 1 by phone, took care of it. When you want to get a loan, open a credit card, you can unfreeze it for a specified amount of time.
And I'm not going to go and call these people up. I don't owe them a phone call because I'm not even the one that leaked my data anyway, so I don't owe them a phone call. But what I am owed is that if somebody is going to go and make some purchases in my name, I'm owed the right to say, hey, I don't got to pay that back. That's one thing I am owed. I do not owe the bank a call like this. I don't have to be ahead on the chessboard. Because of the way the rules of the chessboard was made, I don't even have to be ahead on the chessboard. Because the results will still be the same even if they get away with it for a slight second. The results will I still don't have to pay anything back that I never, any transactions that I didn't consent to or that I didn't consensually make. That's all it comes down to. I mean, I'm sitting here talking while they are swiping my credit card. That's all the proof that anybody needs. I mean, I don't know what else you want.
So I know I should be more concerned about the fact that, like, literally every American citizen's, like, social security number has been leaked, which probably means my social security number has been leaked. But, like, maybe just because I've had, like, so much access to the internet from such a, like, young age, I've just always assumed all that information's already out there, and there's nothing I could do to, like, stop that from happening, like, as an adult.
And this person's probably closer to agreeing with me than some of these other people. Like, she probably understands that it's like, dude, it's been like this, and no one's hit me up about debt that I didn't make. No one's ever hit me up about debt that I didn't make. And if they did, I shut them down real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, the law doesn't aid these individuals. Like, it's not gonna protect these individuals. Like, that's not how the law works.
I don't think there's ever been a day where I'm like, there's no way there isn't private information about me and like my social and all that online. I just always have assumed that it has been, because it's not like corporations care if that information gets sold or shared. And like, we know that. I'm just saying, we know they sell things all the time. So
They do. They sell our information. They sell it to advertisers. They sell it to companies who are looking to advertise in hopes that they can find their target audience.
One of the worst...
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think they're able to just sell your social security number, though. That's not part of what they're allowed to sell. Like, there's lines to it, right? There's a boundary there in the law. So then you'll have the people who are like, okay, the nation's lawless, I'm lawless too. And you should never do people how they do you. You should always do what's right regardless of how the other person acts. Because if you do what's right, you will inevitably come out on top. Because even if all fingers are pointed at you, nobody's correct. Nobody's correct about all their assumptions about you because you've been doing what's right, right? So it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't need to give yourself a new name, a new identity. I mean, none of this would matter. You just do your part and live in person. That's your ID. That's your social security number. Is your human being, your skin, the flesh, the proof that you exist is enough of a social security number for me, brother. Okay, so...
And there's no money in here!
Oh boy, that was another thing I put on Snapchat. I want to say I tried posting it in 2021 and Snapchat took it down. I tried saying, yo, don't put your money in a bank account. Don't do it. I tried telling people, hey, don't put your money in a bank account. A few people saw it and then it got deleted. It got removed. I know you guys were probably wondering, what the fuck, bro? What was that? That's what that was.
And there's no money in here!
Every American social security number might have just been leaked. At least that's what some people are saying. The reality is a bit more complex. Here's what's going on and how to protect yourself. In April, a group got into something called National Public Data. They're a company that's supposed to provide a whole bunch of data for a lot of different things, including fraud prevention, which dropped the ball there, didn't we? The group took around 277 gigs of data, or 2.7 billion records, and a lawsuit that's now against this company is saying that it could have leaked over 3 billion people's data, which, no, that's not how that works at all. There's only 330 million Americans, and there's no way this company had over a third of Earth's data. Also, the question is, how much of this information was already out there? Apparently 134 million emails were leaked, but 87% of them were already found on Have I Been Pwned, which is a great resource to figure out if your information is out there. Also, super importantly, is this information even accurate? A lot of people have gone through what's been released and been like, wait, that's me, and that's wrong. So that's a good sign. Now, granted, if even a small percentage of this information is correct, that could put millions at risk for identity theft. This is just the beginning, because what happens next is the social engineering side of it. Companies and people are going to be targeted. You might get calls with really detailed information about yourself. Do not believe anybody. Companies are going to be at a huge risk, including banks. People are going to be calling with accurate information to set up new accounts and then fuse it with the old accounts, and that's how they might get access to your bank accounts. Check your credit, make sure it's all good, and remember, you can freeze that for free with any of the big three. Also, if you have an opt-out service or a group that pulls your data down from the internet, it seems like your information wasn't there, so you're good. Please also have multi-factor authentication on it. We don't know how bad this is yet, but it might not be as bad as people are making out to be, but only time will tell.
Yeah. And so there's going to be a lot of people who, hear this and, I mean, they need to hear this. This is good. I like what this guy did. He kind of just gave the information. Now, I like to believe that, you know, I'd like to believe that some of these people who have the correct information, hopefully it's not much, but even when, it's hard to explain. I'm trying to put my thoughts into words here. The people who have the correct information and they already leaked correct information, you know, you can get justice for it, but it's like the damage is kind of already done, you know. People who want your information have it. They screenshotted it. It's saved in their phone. It's there forever. So the damage is already done here. And all this does from a, I mean, if you're like, let's say you're a fucking judge, you probably start to not even listen to like the side of like hackers and stuff like that, or like people saying that people are $100,000 in debt. You'd probably start to not give a fuck. And you'd probably start writing off debt like, well, that was just scammed debt anyways. It's not even real. So you relieve a bunch of this debt. In doing that, you probably have a formula to follow and how to tell if it's like, how to identify if this is debt made as a result of stolen identity, or if it's debt made as a result of somebody's poor spending habits. And you probably forgive a lot of debt that is a result of people's poor spending habits. You probably do that as well. It's just sad. It's sad that, you know, they never make it simple. Like, they never make it just fucking applying rules and laws is never just checking off boxes, bro. It should be, but it's never just checking off boxes.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if your social security number was stolen? Well, today, we're diving into a shocking data breach that's left 2.9 billion people at risk. Yes, you heard that right. A massive hack has exposed sensitive personal information, including social security numbers, names, addresses.
And we already knew this. You know what I mean? We already knew this stuff. This isn't news to us. This is just the same thing.
Yeah, guys, join the live for earthquake updates. California.
There's nothing left for me to know.
There you go. That's the kind of energy you should have. You should have the, man, I have nothing left to lose, brother. I have nothing. I don't think you know who you're messing with, brother. You're messing with someone who just has nothing left to lose. I think I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. I mean, why not? I can fill the screen more.
Oh, I had to stay, you had to go, and it was mean, but it doesn't matter anymore, though.
Guys,
after finding out So these are the kind of people, you know, I know there's a lot of guys out there who want a chick that will build them up just as much as they build her up. This is your woman here. I mean, this woman fits the description. If you're looking for a woman that reflects the light that you shine, this is your woman. And I know you're looking for the TikTok name, so there it is. Go ahead and give Meg Farrell a follow.
guys.
We've got some exciting news from the Social Security Administration. The agency just today released its 2024 action plan, which basically spells out the agency's top priorities for the remainder of 2024 as well as beyond. There's definitely some interesting things in the action plan if you are retired, retiring, applying for disability benefits. Basically, anybody who is doing business with Social Security is going to be interested in the.
Okay, I don't think we're finding any more of this, dude. So I'm gonna search YouTube here. Social Security leak, TikTok. Maybe we'll find some TikToks. I mean, so far all you have, and it's surprising because all you have here is just the news networks, and some of these people aren't news networks, but it's just amazing. It's amazing how the media gets so one-sided, like how we only have a certain narrative. We only have the new, like, it's just, when you look up this Social Security leak, the last thing you're going to see is me sitting here openly displaying how Americans really feel about this, how we just don't give a fuck. We know how the law works. The law's meant to protect this shit. And we're going to let fucking the God of law handle it. We're going to let the God of law handle it. And we're not even worried about it. So, you know, the only person that's slightly, you know, wouldn't say a biased point of view, but some ordinary gamers, Mudahar, is that his name? Mudahar? Yeah, it's me, Mudahar again. Yeah, that's his name, Mudahar. He's not a news station, but he definitely puts some news out, and he does it from the perspective of just a normal citizen. He's not coming at you from, you know, trying to propagate shit or anything like that. Just giving you the fucking news and why it's bullshit. I respect that guy though. But anyways, the point I'm getting to you here is, like, most of it's just news stations, and you click on these and they all want you to, you find that they all want you to panic. I mean, let's go here. Let's go to Fox.
If you're looking,
and mind you, if I was going to watch like CNN or Fox, I would rather watch Fox, but I mean, to be honest, I'd rather watch neither, because let's take a look.
To get a degree in IT or cybersecurity, UMGC is waiving their application fee through August.
Hackers may have stolen the social security numbers of every single American.
Here with what you need to know, cybersecurity expert Nicholas Behar. Good morning, Nicholas. Always good to see you. What exactly happened? Who took what?
Sure. So we recently found out about this because there was a lawsuit filed alleging that a company called National Public Data hadn't notified affected individuals in a timely manner. So we saw, contrary to what's been said in the media, they're saying that there's been over 2 billion people that have been affected, but it's just 2 billion records instead of over 2 billion people. So that's
so how do you differentiate that? It's just that one person could have 10,
multiple records, right? Exactly. Okay. So you could have multiple records on yourself, but there's only 272 million social security numbers and a little over 170 million emails on there. So if you were born before 2002, there's a good chance that you're not affected. So so it doesn't affect us.
Not every American.
It's just the people who are old enough. Yeah. Okay. So anybody born after 2002 is going to be affected.
Yeah.
I'm not that young. Not that young.
So here's the obvious question. We've been talking about hackers and your passwords and all this and that, and nobody can keep track of the passwords. Everything's a password now. What happened? And why does this keep happening? It seems like the hackers all over the world, wherever they might be, are always 1 or 2 steps ahead of every system and every cybersecurity tool at our disposal.
So now that we live in a world that's so technology-centric, sure, a lot of the actions that we take and things we do in our daily lives are dependent on technology companies that have data. So the company that was breached is called National.
I don't agree.
are always 1 or 2 steps ahead of every system and every cybersecurity tool at our disposal.
I just don't
So
agree.
now that we live in a world that's so technology centric, a lot of the actions that we take and things we do in our daily lives are dependent on technology companies that have data. So
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess if we're, if we're talking about distributing music, I upload that to a server base. That's going to a distribution company, a company that has data, that has every song I've ever distributed on a hard drive somewhere, in MP3 files or FLAC files. If you know, you know. And it's like, do I depend on them for like to just walk around, to breathe? I can't eat files on a server. How important is this? It's important if it's good information, but it's like, this isn't information that helps anybody. It's just a bunch of fucking American peasants' social security numbers. You couldn't shoot any lower. As a hacker, you really couldn't aim any lower. It's about as low as you can fucking aim. It's sad.
the company that was breached is called National Public Data, and they're a company that provides information to private investigators and people who want to do background checks. And so a hacking group by the name of US DoD, not related to the Department of Defense,
A clever name that they got for
back in
themselves, right?
April was able to access the data brokers' systems and get data out in an unencrypted fashion. They then posted it on a criminal dark web forum for sale, so they were asking I think just for a few $1 million for that data, and then more recently somebody released it for free, so now anybody can have access to it.
So of course someone paid. So he just said that someone paid someone for this data and then just released it for free. So that'd be the equivalent of like somebody buying my album and then just releasing it for free on on SoundCloud or something.
They know where to find it.
Okay, having access to the information.
Oh,
I've
man.
seen over the
So
past.
anyone can have access to it. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it's like. To me, I'm like, the only reason that this becomes a market is because people are willing to buy it. People want this stuff. I don't get why any good human being, well, no good human being wants another human being's social security number. I mean, I don't want my neighbor. I don't ask my neighbor for a social security number. That isn't stuff that we even care about. Any good, like, normal human being, we don't care about that. So to see this is just, I don't get what's going through the people's minds who are consuming these products, because at the end of the day, it's a product that's being sold and you're a consumer. Who are the consumer? Who's the consumer of this product, and why is the product our social security number? Like, I want to get to the source of this shit. I want to solve this shit at the source, man. Take me to the fucking puppet master.
Past few weeks and months, even I'm getting notices that your information,
Yep.
Could have been compromised. And I'm wondering, well, what is somebody going to do with my social security number or my email anyhow? Like, what could they do with this information?
So they could actually go out and open financial accounts on your behalf.
But don't you have to have an ID to do that? Like, you have the
Not
number.
necessarily, actually. So
Really?
you can go online and do a lot of that stuff without an ID. So how do you think we're able to open bank accounts online, apply for credit cards online,
But you
etc.?
still have to show some type of proof of identification to, like, be able to.
So when you go into the branch, a lot of the times you have to be able to show a piece of identification, but when you're doing things online, they'll ask you for more pieces of information in order to verify you are who you say you are, and a lot of that information is already out there. So somebody could go, for example,
And get your address. And
get your address, get your phone number, social security.
So, I mean, for me in particular, you could already get my phone number. You could already get my pretty much everything. I mean, so for me, like, I really have nothing to hide. I really don't. I don't give a shit. Some people will. Some
In
people
these
will.
priority. Now I'm probably.
be really secretive about things, and I respect that. You know, you have the right to keep some skeletons in your closet, I suppose. I ain't gonna look through it, but if your skeletons aren't just skeletons and they're fucking couple million social security numbers from random Americans on the street, I'm probably walking up in your fucking crib and I'm probably gonna whoop your ass.
And then open up a bank account or a credit card on your behalf, buy goods with that fraudulent credit card, and then send them back to, you know, wherever they're operating from and sell them for a profit.
Charlie was saying that she's gotten emails and this messages saying your thing's been compromised, but then we're so paranoid now that that could be a scam, and they're trying to get us too. So it's like, what do we do here? How do we know legitimately if our information was compromised, and more importantly, what do we do afterwards?
So luckily, most of the large banks now include credit monitoring services within their app. So if you open your bank app, there's a good chance that you can monitor your credit and also monitor to see if your information has been exposed.
Yeah, I don't use bank apps. That's all like peasantry stuff. So, I mean, for me, none of this stuff even relates to me. I hear this stuff and I'm like, like I never really related to the news. Granted, I never really related to the news. Sometimes I used to try to. I used to try to relate to the fucking news. But now I've just accepted I don't relate to any of the news. I don't agree with any of the stuff. None of the stuff really fits what I know about the world, which is that, you know, hey, you don't know anybody shit. As far as I'm concerned, you don't owe anybody shit unless you go up and say, hey, we're trading $5 for this fucking pound of hamburger. Then you owe them $5 if you take the pound of hamburger. That's the only thing. Like that, those are the only kind of circumstances where it's a fucking consensual trade, right? Anything else, anything less, and I'm like, man, I don't owe you shit. You know, I don't owe you a call up to cancel this, that, and the other. I don't owe you a fucking slap on the wrist for not doing what the hell you were supposed to do. I don't owe you shit, bro. So if you're going to sink your own ship at this point, I'm like, sink it. Sink it. Let it sink. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. And I think that's where a lot of Americans are at. But I'll tell you what we didn't do. We weren't people flipping the switch at the fucking train tracks trying to pick, should I kill one body or 5 bodies? Were they geniuses? Was it 1 genius and 5 peasants? Or was it 5 geniuses and 1 peasant? Or, you know, we weren't flipping the fucking switch at the train track. I'll tell you that much. We weren't the ones flipping the fucking switch. So you can sit back flipping your fucking switch all day. Hope the fucking numbers change on the screen. Pray to God, man. Sit back and think, man, I've been working so hard on this fucking screen trying to make this negative 300,000 turn into 5 million. And I pray that it works out for you. But most of the fucking problems that you see out here, you're not going to fix it on a screen. Most of the problem, when I walk down the street, I walk. You know, like real life, like walk. You ever done that? I walk down the street and I see fucking tons of weeds in the fucking sidewalk. None of the problems, none of them are going to be solved on this fucking